I'm going to lead you through a practice that's intended to open up the hips and prepare the body for a seated meditation practice. So you can begin by lying on your back, just something that feels comfortable, allowing your eyes to gently close. Feel the slow rise and fall of your chest as you breathe. And then begin to draw your knees in towards your chest. A gentle hug here, bringing some length to the back. And keep the right knee hugged in, but allow the left leg to lengthen all the way down your mat. Try to relax out the neck and maybe even some of the muscles of your face. And to come into a spinal twist, shift your hips slightly towards the right, and then allow both knees to fall towards the left. Maybe even extending your right arm off towards the right side, and if it feels okay on your neck, letting your gaze follow. To come into a reclining pigeon. When you come back through center, the right ankle stacks over top of your left knee. And either just use your right hand to gently press the right thigh away, feeling an opening in your hips, or allow the hands to gently clasp the back of your left thigh. Maybe over the next couple of breaths, drawing the knee in a little closer while keeping both feet just gently flexed. Now to open our right hamstring, send your right foot up towards the sky and allow the left foot to just plant on the mat. Your hands can support the back of the right thigh or maybe move towards your right calf as you lengthen your right leg. And slowly release your right leg all the way down the mat, and we'll take the other side by hugging the left knee gently in towards your chest. And as we prepare to twist, if you can shift the hips a little towards the left and then allow the knees to fall towards the right, it'll probably feel better on your back. The left arm might extend out towards the side, and if it's okay on the neck, your gaze gently follows. And to come into your reclining pigeon, allow the left ankle just to stack over top of the right knee. Left hand gently pressing the left thigh away, you'll start to feel an opening. And if you want to take it a little deeper into your left hip, the fingers can clasp the back of your right thigh. And over the next couple of breaths, perhaps even drawing that right knee in a little closer to your body. As you release the right foot to the earth, the left foot towards the sky, and we'll open up the left hamstring. You can support the back of the thigh or use your hands to maybe clasp the back of your left calf. And see if you can keep the shoulders just gently relaxing down towards the mat and a softness across the muscles of your face. As you release the left leg, we'll come up to seated. And you can draw the knees in, rock a few times, and then make your way to your tabletop, coming onto your hands and your knees. Begin to cat-cow your spine, moving up and down with the next several breaths. And finding a neutral spine, let's take a twist, sliding your left arm underneath your right one, releasing the left shoulder, maybe even the head towards the earth. And your right arm can walk out towards the side just a little bit so it feels comfortable on your shoulder. Coming back through center to your hands and your knees, let's take the other side. Now the right arm weaves underneath the left. The left hand off towards the left just a little bit more. Back to your hands and your knees for Anahatasana, or inchworm. The hips stay high, but the hands gently crawl out, keeping the back nice and long. And you'll feel the chest start to melt towards the earth. Over time, you might be able to release the forehead to the mat, or maybe even your chin starts to work downward. Coming back to your hands and knees. For a lizard, we'll open up the right hip. The right foot can step outside your right hand. You might stay like this with the hips high, or as the hips start to melt, you might feel the right knee gently pulling off towards the side. Coming onto the pinky toe edge and giving a little flex through your right foot is going to help protect the knee. You might even work down onto your elbows. Lifting back to hands, we take a half split. The right foot starts to peel away from the mat as you bring some length into your right leg. Staying up on the tips of your fingers, or as your body begins to open, maybe you soften the elbows and take a slightly deeper fold. Returning to hands and knees, we'll come into lizard on the left side, the left foot up near your left hand. And either keep the hips high, or when the hands inch forward, let the left knee gently peel off towards the side. Again, staying up on your palms or taking it down to your forearms. For your half split, coming back through center, begin to lengthen the left leg, allowing the hips to gently square as you pull the left hip back, staying up on the tips of your fingers or beginning to fold a little deeper over your left leg. As you slide the left leg behind you, let's come into a child's pose. You stretch the hips back towards the heels, and the arms forward as your head gently relaxes towards the mat. Lifting back to your tabletop, we'll begin to shift into our pigeon on the right side. So you can allow the right knee to draw towards your right wrist. And as the left leg scoots back, you begin to allow the hips to settle. If your right hip is off the floor, you can grab a cushion or a pillow and just gently place it underneath the right hip. Once your hip feels supported, you can lower down onto your elbows, or maybe even allow the head to come all the way down to the arms. As you lift out of your pigeon, Remove the cushion if you placed one underneath your hip, and we'll come to seated so the left leg can swing all the way out in front of you. And drawing the sole of your right foot to the inner thigh, we'll take Jana Shirshasana, which is a fold over our left leg. Lifting out of your fold, we'll take a side stretch. Allow the hips to open a little more towards the right. And taking your left arm, you can place it along the left thigh, or maybe slide the forearm down your left shin, reaching the right arm alongside your ear. You'll feel the whole right side of your body begin to stretch. Rising back up, we'll take it into a twist, squaring off your hips, hug the right knee in towards you, and as you allow the left arm to wrap up that right shin, you can place the right hand to the mat just outside of your right hip as you twist. Allowing the soles of your feet to come together out in front of you, we'll take Baddha Konasana. You can stay upright, holding the ankles, or you can begin to bow forward. As you rise, we'll come into our pigeon on the other side. So come into your tabletop, hands and knees. Slide the left shin forward this time and scoot the right leg back. Again, if your hip is off the mat, you can take a pillow or a cushion, placing it underneath that left hip. And once you feel supported, begin to crawl the hands forward, taking it down to elbows or allowing your head to rest all the way down to your arms. As you begin to rise, again removing the cushion if there's one under your hip, we'll come to seated, the right leg swinging straight out in front of you. Keep a little energy through the soles of your feet as you begin your fold along the right leg. Lifting up, we'll take our side bend. The hips can open a little more towards the left side. And as you place the right forearm either on your thigh or down the right shin, let the left arm extend straight alongside your ear. Here we'll feel the chest continue to rotate open, so you're staying long through both sides of the body. Lifting into a twist, hug the left knee in towards you, and allow the right arm to wrap around your shin as the left hand places on the mat behind you. Rotating forward. We're going to come either cross-legged or a half lotus, with the left leg tucked in first and the right leg outside, or placing the right foot up near the left hip crease You can stay upright or begin to crawl the hands into a fold over the legs. Lifting up, we'll come into a reverse tabletop. Feet press and the hands press on the mat with the fingers facing forward. And when the hips return back to the earth, we'll take cross-legged with the right leg coming in first and the left leg in front, or the left foot up into a half lotus right near the right hip crease. Again, upright or folding. Lifting out of your fold, we'll take both legs, extend them straight out. You can arrange the hips. They feel comfortable on the mat in a strong straight spine. Stay upright or take it into one more fold over your legs. And as you lift up, perhaps now the hips feel a little bit more open. The body might feel ready to come into your meditation. You can place a cushion underneath your bum and allow the legs to comfortably cross. The hands can rest either on your thighs or gently in your lap, with the left hand supporting the right and the thumbs lightly touching. Bring length to the spine. Allow the shoulders to melt. Length to the back of the neck as the chin just slightly drops. The muscles of the face are soft, with the very tip of your tongue resting lightly on the roof of your mouth. And the eyes can either softly close or relax so just a slight amount of light can be seen through the eyelashes. And we'll come into a shamatha meditation, allowing the mind to rest on one single point. And today that will be the breath. Just simply observe the rise and fall of your breath, counting each time as you exhale from 21 all the way down to 0. If you lose track along the way, it's okay. Just start back at 21. And as you draw your hands into your heart center, bring to mind someone else who perhaps can benefit from any of the merits derived from your practice. And when you feel ready, you can allow your eyes to gently blink open.